Folks, let me deploy my new weapon first. This is a Beleza UX 6'2". I don't even know the exact model. I'm gonna display it on the screen. But here we have wide open scenery. When we have wide open scenery, I prefer to twitch. Sometimes you have weeds, trees, you can't really twitch or you're gonna get hung. The float lets you stay out of trouble. We're gonna use the float there. Maybe I deployed prematurely, I don't know. I do see a few fish here. The trolling motor is just... we're gonna have to turn it off. It's just terrible. There's one more. I'm very far from this bed. Maybe this is not a bedding fish. I'm very far from the bed to not disturb it, even though the bed is not big. It's maybe 15-hole bed. It shouldn't be. These beds in the middle of the cove are usually enormous. Here is a quarto bluegill for you. Not a bad bluegill, but I want bigger. The 1 gram. The 1 gram. Water is very dirty and very high because of all of the bad weather, but I actually welcome that, because my last trip here I was in clear and low water and the beds were empty. There were beds here, they were empty, and I think the fish got a little bit overexposed by the combination of clear low water. This is a quality bluegill. The fish got a little bit overexposed. And they moved deeper. Either that or the cold front, I don't know. Yeah, this trout magnet is completely torn, not from this trip, but from playing with some baby bluegill on Tennessee River. This baby bluegill tore me up. Maybe we'll catch one more bluegill and change it up. Interesting what color I should use now. The water is pretty muddy. Maybe another gray color. Also, I like looking gray color on this rod. Kind of matches everything. I would like to use bison. Maybe later in the day when the water clears up a little bit. Let's see how much visibility. No, I still have 1.5 feet. It looks dirty, but it's not that dirty. There's one more. There's one more. Feel very, very good. They feel very good. Let me tell you, folks, I love the way you fight fish with this rod. The way this rod fights fish is absolutely outstanding. It's probably 10 out of 10, maybe 9.5 out of 10. Maybe only the Eradicator and the Presso Air AGS fight fish better than this. But those two rods are $300 and something. Oh, there is one. Wow, we went a full circle. We tried the swim bait, the float, back to the trout magnet, and that was a good hit. That's the one that I was telling you about. This hit, when they hit in your hand like this, without a float, without slack. My gosh, look at this bluegill. Gorgelicious. Gorgelicious, folks. Why can't I have 50 of those? Absolutely gorgelicious. Oh! Yeah, man, they hit with... When they hit... Grrr. Grrr. Look, folks, look. Look. Bluegill fishing, folks. Bluegill fishing in the month of May is something else. Let me tell you, something else. Okay, I'm getting 50 feet. There is no wind. I'm getting 50 feet. That was a couple of hits there. There's one more. Okay, so towards that bank over there. It's a good angle. Yeah, the way this rod fights fish, it ranks, it gets some of the highest grades in my book. Fighting fish with this rod, folks. If you want to know what does iFish like for fighting fish, Corto bluegill, what does iFish like for fighting fish? Not for sensitivity, not for casting. As a matter of fact, I will tell you right away. When you cast, if you make a very sharp cast, if you make a loud, soft cast, it casts beautifully. It loads with 1 gram, it casts beautifully. But if you make a sharper cast, like a whippet, like I've seen Randy the trout magnet, he always casts a very sharp and whippy cast. If you cast very sharp, kind of for maximum casting distance, you might dislike this rod because the blank is not the same as the Beleza prototype, as the $300 Beleza. You can tell right away this blank has less carbon, more resin, and slower recovery. It has slower recovery. When you whip it and cast, it flexes, right? Well, when it unloads, there is one extra slap in the rod. It doesn't recover right away. Like if you cast with these $300 Japanese rods, the Corto, the Beleza prototype, the Corto prototype, the Beleza prototype, the Presso Air AGS, you cast, you whip them, they compress, they decompress, and they go whoosh, and they get starting position right away. The cheaper models, the $150 models, if you cast sharp, they do have one extra slap on the blank before they recover. So those of you who fish $300 Japanese rods will notice this extra slap on the blank during the cast. Why am I not catching fish? There's enough fish, I should be catching something. Yeah, there is an extra slap, but that slap is obvious only when you cast on full power for full casting, maximum casting distance, like right now. when you really compress the blank, yeah, it takes one extra slap to get stable again. But for some reason I never cast on with 100% power, because I stop the boat never more than 40 feet away. 40 feet is the farthest, but right now I'm 30 feet out. I'm usually 30 feet out, and for me to fish 30 feet out, I don't need to cast with maximum, compressing the blank. I kind of don't enjoy this kind of sharp cast. I don't enjoy this sharpness. Now, if you fish from the bank, you have to fish like that because you gotta get some distance. But with the boat, usually you don't have to load it 100%. But if you do, you will notice the slap. Like I said, you will notice the slap. And it might annoy you, especially if you have other high-end, if you have $300 Japanese rods, or even not Japanese. I will say the St. Croix Legend Elite Panfish, which ironically feels very close to this rod. There is something, I think both of these rods have the similar amount of resin in the blank, because the St. Croix doesn't have a high-end blank. It has high-end guides. It has more expensive guides than this rod. Another amazing bluegill, folks. They're very rare, but very amazing. Yeah, the feel is, when you fight the fish, kind of similar to the St. Croix. Amazing bluegill, folks. But the St. Croix has zero slap. Say what you want about the St. Croix, but the St. Croix doesn't have any slap. You cast and there is no recovery. St. Croix is a sharp tip rod. But that said, this rod still casts very well. The reason for that is the extra length. These $300 super ultralight rods just never come with sufficient length. They're always too short. I loved the Beleza prototype with its parabolic action. It was absolutely amazing. I loved everything about this rod except that it was 5'6". A little bit short for me. I don't fish creeks. If you fish creeks, or I don't know, if you are a shorter gentleman, you might like it. For me, everything was perfect. Sensitivity, recovery, everything was perfect. But it was a little bit too short, and this rod is long enough. This rod has the perfect length. Perfect length for me. You get the casting distance. You have incredible tip feel on the bite and on playing the fish. Very nice tip feel. You feel where your tip is, not with these solid tip rods. You don't know where is the tip of the rod. It just goes from line directly into the middle of the rod. So numb. Very nice tip feel. Okay, lifting talon again. Lifting talon again. And we're gonna move further towards these weeds. This cove, folks, is full. This cove is full of small beds. I have seen sometimes these coves with a couple mega beds, just 200, 300 holes. But by the time I found them, they were already fished out. When you're moving like this and casting, Charlie Brewer. I'm telling you, Charlie Brewer is the best. It's not the EPF swimmer. The EPF swimmer has a little bit, the tail is a little bit stiffer. The Charlie Brewer, I know it's old, I know it's not the fancy plastic. Listen, the Charlie Brewer, I'm telling you, first of all, the Charlie Brewer with this old plastic is super easy to install perfectly. The density of the plastic is awesome. You can hold it with your fingers, get the 1.25 gram number 12, BG1, 1.25 number 12. If you're for bluegill, don't get the number 10, get the number 12. If you don't know what you're looking for, like crappie, bass, bluegill, then go with the number 10. But if you don't know what you're looking for, oh, there's another small bed here. See? They hit it. They hit it. Okay, let me drop a talon against my good judgment. Let me drop a talon again. This is a good bluegill. Good bluegill, folks. Maybe the boats didn't go all the way there. Hopefully we find a nice bed. I'm telling you, the Charlie Brewer, I like the Charlie Brewer more. I like the Charlie Brewer the most. Look at this body. I mean, it's just the dimensions are perfect for bluegill. The mule fishing dimensions, I mean, it's amazing bluegill, folks. Amazing bluegill. Should I keep casting the swim bait or switch to the trout magnet? Right now, my favorite, be a bluegill. Be a bluegill. My favorite bluegill swim bait is the Charlie Brewer. It's not my favorite swim bait, I'm saying bluegill. When I'm fishing for crappie or bass, I like Kitex. The Berkeley swimmer is also amazing, especially if you're targeting mainly bass. It has very nice action, and the Berkeley swimmer is organic, which makes me feel good. Also, if you're licking, if you're biting, this is absolutely amazing bluegill. Give me a second to, oh, it came out very easy. Let me show you this fish, folks. This is a 9.5 inch bluegill. Let me measure this fish real quick. Give me a second. No, it's not a 9.5. I take that back. He is exactly 9 inches. He is 9 inches though, touching. Man, look bigger, because this bluegill is so tall. It is so tall. But I was saying, the Berkeley swimmer is if you expect white bass or black bass to be 75% of your catch, then I would use the Berkeley swimmer, because it has a little bit fatter body. It has a little bit fatter body than the Kitex, a little bit better action. And again, if you're biting tails, I've read bad things about the oil that they put on the cheap plastics to keep them alive. That stuff should really not get inside your mouth. But I bite these tails too. And the Berkeley swimmer, the 2-inch, is all organic. You can bite the tails all you want. This fish, I thought it was another 9-incher. It's an 8-incher, but I thought it was another 9-incher. Oh, there's one more. I'm not gonna drop talon this time. Maybe even just spot lock. I'm so far that I think there is some fish very close to the bank. Very close to the bank. Wow, amazing quality. Amazing quality. I think in this video I have shown you every single fish I've caught. There is not a single fish that you need to cut out from this video. There is one. Oh, folks, it's been a few minutes. It's been a few minutes without a fish, folks. I've been switching, swimming, floating. I think we need a new cove. This cove, my opinion, man, another gorgeous fish. This cove has been fished. There is still fish here. There is still fish here. It's not even overfished. I mean, I'm seeing fish. I don't know what to tell you. What? Fish? Man, felt like a snag. Is this a fish? It is a fish. And it felt like a snag. That's incredible. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this bluegill, folks. Straighten up, brother. Look at this bluegill. Not the biggest of the day, but look at the colors. Absolutely fantastic, folks. Folks, this cove still has fish. Still has plenty of fish, maybe. This is the Ultralight 0.6. But I'm gonna end this video here because it should not be... Whoa, it jumped out of the water. It should not be so difficult to catch bedding bluegill, folks. I feel that I'm fishing behind somebody, picking up the breadcrumbs that he left, and I want to go find another bed that I'm the first guy who fishes it, and it's just a riot. But yeah, I'm disconnecting from beautiful Tennessee. I even see bluegill bed holes right here. I can see the beds, the black circles. But I want to go find a different cove. The wind picked up, which is a good thing, and find a bed where we get some faster action. Man, now I'm tempted to cast into these black holes here, but I'm not gonna. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.